I'm back with another video about the gayest moments from 1998. If you're new to this video series, this is the series where we take a look at some of the gayest entertainment moments, one video at a time, 1 year at a time. And this week we're heading towards 1998. Relax and enjoy. Let's follow the yellow brick road and see what was gay in entertainment back in 1998.
Rewind! Let's go back in time.
Oh, what a shame that your back used to bleed on St. Valentine's.
1998 introduced a new kind of gay musician, one who didn't hide behind ambiguity or coded lyrics. In May of that year, Rufus Wainwright released his self-titled debut album through DreamWorks Records, instantly setting himself apart in a pop landscape still cautious about open gayness. His songs were lush and orchestral, full of romance and melancholy, sung from a distinctly gay perspective without apology. Critics fell in love with it. Rolling Stone called it one of the year's best debuts, while The Village Voice hailed Wainwright's style as a classic pop grandeur. His music blended heartbreak and radio-friendly beats in a way that resonated with gay listeners who rarely heard their experiences reflected so directly. Wainwright wasn't just a niche artist, he was a major label act openly embracing his sexuality. And that is what made his 1998 debut so revolutionary. Long before the mainstream embraced gay male pop stars, Wainwright quietly paved the way, with wit, talent, and zero compromise.
Do you believe in life after love?
October of 1998 saw Cher return to the top of the charts with Believe, a song that didn't just define late 90s pop, but it also became a full-blown gay anthem. Bold around pulsing dance beats and that groundbreaking auto-tuned vocal hook, Believe was defiant, hopeful, and impossible not to move on to. The lyrics, Do You Believe in Life After Love, spoke to resilience and reinvention, ideas deeply tied to the gay experience of survival and renewal. The song topped charts in 23 countries and became one of the best-selling singles of all time. For the gay community, it was more than just a hit, it was a catharsis. After a decade marked by loss from AIDS and cultural backlash, Cher's message of moving forward felt personal. It played in clubs, echoed at pride parades, and became shorthand for gay endurance. And almost 3 decades later, its first notes still light up dance floors. Proof that in 1998, Cher didn't just make a comeback, she gave the world permission to believe again. That same year, the Queen of Pop released Ray of Light, an album that redefined her artistry and ushered in a new era of introspection. The title track, released in February of 1998, blended electronica and spirituality in a way pop music hasn't yet seen from a mainstream star. For gay audiences, who has always looked at Madonna as both an ally and a mirror of themselves, Ray of Light symbolized renewal, not only through defiance, but through growth. Its swirling production, courtesy of William Orbit, and lyrics about freedom, self-discovery and transformation, resonated with a generation that had survived hardships and was searching for meaning beyond survival. Madonna wasn't preaching rebellion this time, she was offering transcendence. In gay clubs, Ray of Light became a spiritual moment as much as a musical one, a reminder that evolution itself is a kind of victory. In October of 1998, George Michael released Outside, one of the boldest pop statements of the decade, and also his first single since his dramatic coming out. More on that later in this video. The song was both a parody of tabloid hysteria and a proud reclamation of identity. With its catchy chorus, Let's Go Outside in the Sunshine, Michael reminded listeners that shame had no place in his life anymore. In 1998, when most stars still hid behind euphemism, George Michael came out swinging, setting a new precedent for honesty and humor in gay pop storytelling. TV changed forever on September 21st, 1998, when Will and Grace premiered on NBC. It was the first mainstream sitcom centered around a gay man, Will Truman, played by Eric McCormack, and his outspoken friend Jack McFarlane, played by Sean Hayes. Before this, gay characters on TV were mostly side notes or stereotypes. Will and Grace, on the other hand, put them front and center, without tragedy or apology. The show's sharp writing, anchored by the friendship between Will and Grace, turned everyday gay life into something relatable and funny, a radical act at the time. By blending representation with humor, the series reached audiences who might never have engaged with gay stories otherwise. Over time, it became a cultural touchstone, helping soften attitudes towards LGBTQ+ people. In 1998, it was more than just a sitcom, it was a cultural shift disguised as a sitcom.
Once again, girl-on-girl action, and it's totally lost on.
Also in 1998, HBO premiered Sex and the City, introducing audiences to Carrie Bradshaw, her friends, and their gay besties. Although the show was primarily about straight female friendship, it normalized gay presence through characters like Stanford and later Anthony. Stanford, played by Willie Garson, wasn't treated as comic relief or exotic flavor. He was just part of the group. What made Sex and the City special for gay viewers was its open embrace of difference. Its New York setting, its unapologetic conversations about sex, and its fashion-forward energy all drew from the gay world it celebrated. While Will and Grace tackled identity with humor, Sex and the City wove gayness seamlessly into its fabric. In 1998, that visibility mattered. The show made it clear, gay characters didn't need to justify their presence anymore. They were already part of the story.
Not him. Gay. Gay and doesn't know it. Here, pale, with no arms, straight and Jehu-ish.
Lights, sound.
Okay for sound.
Action. The Bride of Frankenstein.
1998 saw a lot of great LGBTQ films, but I cannot possibly cover all of them in this video. Released in 1998, Gods and Monsters was a rare Hollywood film that treated a gay man's inner life with dignity and depth. Directed by Bill Condon, it told the story of James Whale, the openly gay director of Frankenstein, played by Ian McKellen. Set in 1950s California, the film explored memory, loneliness, and the price of genius. McKellen's performance earned him an Oscar nomination, one of the earliest for an openly gay actor playing a gay role. The film's title itself, Gods and Monsters, became a metaphor for gayness, creative brilliance existing in a world afraid of difference. In an era still dominated by coded representation, it was a powerful acknowledgement that gay lives had always shaped Hollywood, even if the industry hadn't yet admitted it. That same year, 54 brought gay hedoism to the big screen. Based on the legendary New York nightclub Studio 54, it starred Ryan Phillippe, Neve Campbell, and Mike Myers in a story dripping with disco decadence. For gay viewers, the film was a fantasy of liberation, a glittering snapshot of a world where gayness, music, and nightlife collided without shame. 54 became a cult favorite, especially after an extended director's cut revealed the explicitly gay storylines the studio had toned down. The allure wasn't just Ryan Phillippe's undeniable charm, it's the idea of a space where everyone could be seen, loved, and desired. In 1998, 54 reminded audiences of a time before fear took hold, a cinematic disco ball reflecting the freedom so many longed for.
I had a good time today, Billy.
See, once you accepted the fact that I was exploiting your body, things weren't so bad.
Before mainstream gay comedies like Love, Simon, there was Billy's Hollywood screen Kiss. Released in 1998, this indie film starred Sean Hayes in his first major role before Will and Grace, as a gay photographer infatuated with a straight model. It was witty, low budget, and full of heart. What made it stand out was its tone. It wasn't about tragedy or coming out. It was about love and longing, handled with charm and humor.
So sad.
It's not that sad.
Turn your head a little to the left. Okay.
Age of 17 was a coming-of-age story set in the mid-1980s about a teenager discovering sexuality. It followed a young man named Eric navigating first love, family tension, and self-acceptance. Unlike most films about gay youth at the time, Age of 17 didn't punish its protagonist. It allowed him joy, confusion, and growth, emotions that mirrored real teenage experience.
Crimes of hate and crimes of violence cannot be tolerated in our country.
Terrible turn in a terrible story.
It's really tragic and so disturbing, Ann. Matthew Shepard was beaten last weekend, tied to a wooden fence by two men who met Shepard in a bar in Laramie, Wyoming.
Tragedy struck on October 6, 1998, when 21-year-old Matthew Shepard was brutally attacked in Laramie, Wyoming for being gay. He died 6 days later. His murder shocked the world and became a catalyst for change. Shepard's story galvanized the fight for hate crime legislation in the United States, ultimately leading to the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act in 2009. It was a dark moment, but it united communities and forced media and lawmakers alike to confront anti-gay violence.
April 6th, what was going on that led to the arrest? What was going on in Will Rogers Park?
In 1998, George Michael publicly acknowledged his sexuality. After years of media speculation, the incident in Los Angeles pushed him into the spotlight he didn't choose, but he reclaimed it. In interviews, he spoke openly about being gay, refusing to frame it as a scandal or a shame. Instead, he emphasized honesty and pride. For gay fans, especially those who grew up with his music in the 80s, his openness was liberating. one of the biggest male pop stars in the world that said clearly and calmly, "This is who I am." In a year defined by reinvention, George Michael's honesty was the bravest act of them all.
I think that most people know that I've been a gay man all of my life, and that it's only been in recent times that it's an issue that I feel comfortable to address.
In August of 1998, heavy metal legend Rob Halford, frontman of Judas Priest, publicly came out as gay during an MTV interview. For a man long considered a symbol of rock masculinity, leather, motorcycles and all, it was a watershed moment. Halford has always incorporated gay-coded imagery in his stage persona, but few recognize it as such. Halford's revelation challenged stereotypes and opened doors for other gay musicians in rock and metal. Looking back, his courage helped to reshape what rockstar could mean. And in 1998, amidst all the noise, his truth rang the loudest. I really enjoy making these rewind videos, even though the views are declining at the moment. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to give me a thumbs up and a subscription if you haven't. It will really help to boost the visibility of these types of videos so I can continue making them. I plan on doing them until 2010, if you, the viewer, would like to watch them. But judging from the views and the likes, it seems you are growing tired of these videos. So if that is a mistake, let me know by watching and clicking like. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.